Good evening, welcome to Going to Ground with me, Andrew Rumsey, and you find me, friends, in the vestry of All Saints Steeple Langford in the beautiful Wylye Valley near Salisbury in Wiltshire. I spend a lot of my time in vestries and I quite like taking pictures of them as well. They are the sort of green rooms and the backstage area of parish churches. And if I move into the chancel of All Saints, you can have a glimpse of how beautiful this is without artificial light. I often, in fact always, find churches photographed better in natural light than when the lights are on. And I have a particular fondness for village churches at sort of twilight, which we're at now. It's about 6 o'clock, and I'm here getting ready for the licensing of a new priest here, an associate priest, to join the benefice and the team here. We'll have a service, and afterwards, by the look of the wine boxes over there, a glass of something too, and maybe a twiglet, who knows. In a licensing service for a new priest, we talk quite a lot about calling and vocation, and it's a word that's often applied, of course, to being a priest, but shouldn't be limited, and isn't limited professionally, of course. There are other vocational jobs, but vocation is, I think, something which is common to humanity. It is common to creation, not just human creatures, I would say. And in the Christian worldview, there is a sense in which everything is called into being. So if you think about the creation story, in the beginning, God commands and calls forth everything to be what it is. Let there be light, let there be this and that, creeping things innumerable, etc. And each of us individually, whatever we believe in terms of religious faith, is in a sense called out of the womb. We're called into being. We do not birth ourselves, we are born. It is something that we're drawn into life, and a calling is something one follows at the behest of. There is an impulse beyond one's own ability that calls you forth. And in that broader sense, we might consider every day to be called into being. The sun called into its rising, and the seasons of the year are evocative in that sense. They follow a force that is not entirely their own volition, if you follow me. I think that is the sense in which each of us should consider our purpose and our practical activity. Of course, life consists of so many duties and tasks that are not, that in one sense anybody could do, and that's part of being a member of society, member of an ecology of relationships in a community where we share what is required. But there is also a very important sense in which each of us should continue to reflect on our personal vocation. What is it that only we, can do, as somebody very wise once asked me to consider when I was thinking through my own professional life. What is it that only you can do? It's not arrogant to consider that. It is vital, I would say. Many things that everybody could do. What is it only you can do? Not just in your strength, but in your weakness, given the constraints that are placed upon each of us. What is it that only you can do? Small or large, and usually life includes a blend of those in the seasons of our ability in our working life. So just a few reflections there on vocation. What are you called to? Individually, yes, but also as part of the communities to which you belong. What is your community called to? What's the calling of your church if you're a churchgoer? What is our national vocation? Who are we being called to be? However you want to understand it, it's a wonderful word and a rich one that draws us into more than we perhaps feel we can be, and draws us moreover into the future that God has prepared for us. God bless you, friends, as you go to ground.